Halfway through, yeah. Now it's easy stuff. It's a mold, and I gotta do it. That mold's another $3,000. It was rough. Like I was supposed to go on vacation. I was supposed to go to Florida, right? And then this happened. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't. And then I got hit with a claim notice from 2015.
But that was my recollection. About 200.
3 days trying to figure that out. So that was another $3,000. And I'm like, oh my god! Like those 3 insurance companies are gone. Like, who do I talk to? It's simple.
I know our sheriff likes to talk about
The insurance company paid them, and when they were going to pay them more, they never told me.
I wonder, Jim.
That they paid them, so there was some left over. I just put in there. And then again, 7 years later, it would have been 7 years in August. Yeah, and I was like, how long does it take to even fall off? Like, what just happened?
the departments bring in our department.
I thought about it. Yeah, I've done it before. When I called up and said, you know what, this $200, one phone call later, I didn't have to pay me.
It goes into the big.
Additionals?
Yeah.
When I tell you the jump.
Oh, wait, but the additionals figure. Where's the railroad? Oh, I'm at the corner.
Yeah, we have to.
I mean, it could be if that's
I'm just gonna look here. Okay. Who's ready? Where's Harold going? As soon as he comes back, we'll start the meeting.
Sounds good.
Even though technically I'm not in charge. Public comment.
Well, if anybody's got left, that might be.
Harold, you ready? Now stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we've got a unique situation tonight. We have 3 of our members are gone, the president and vice president. So
I make a motion that Greg Sims be interim president for tonight.
second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, all right, I guess I got the gavel. All right, Madam Auditor, roll call, please.
Yes, Councilmember Rivas, Councilmember Bozick, Councilmember Brickner.
Here.
Councilmember Graham,
Here.
Councilmember Jessen, Councilmember Sims,
Present.
and Councilmember Wagner.
Here.
4 present.
Okay. We have approval of the regular council minutes from June 28th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good, passed. Where are we at?
I don't know.
Have the.
Oh, from the 19th, well, we had a, April 19th?
And then
Oh,
the auditor reads.
okay. I guess I made a mistake right off the bat. Approval of regular council minutes from April 29th and May 24th. I said June 28th.
Amend my
Okay,
proposal, amend my proposal to the dates that you just mentioned.
okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor of the approval of the minutes from April 19th and May 24th, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign? Okay, now we can move on. All right. Let's see here, where we go? The auditor reads, all right. Okay, first reading, please, Madam Auditor.
Notice to taxpayers of proposed additional appropriations. Notice is hereby given the taxpayers of Porter County, Indiana, that the proper legal officers of Porter County, Indiana, will meet in the Porter County Government Administration Building located 155 Indiana Avenue, Valparaiso, Indiana, on July 26, 2022, at 5:30 p.m. to consider the following appropriation adjustments to county budgets for the year 2022 and to transact any further business which might come before the council. County General Fund, Coroner, Consultants, $100,000. County Health Department Fund, $1159, salaries, $50,000, FICA, $3,900, PERF, $5,600. Local Roads and Streets Fund, $1169, fuel, $200,000, road signs, $12,000. 21.027 ARP COVID fiscal recovery, a total of $19,099,384. Indiana Dunes Tourism, medical, life insurance, $1,600. Building maintenance supplies, $4,000. Water and sewage, $2,000. Taxpayers appearing at such meeting shall have a right to be heard thereon. The appropriation adjustments, as finally determined, will be referred to the Department of Local Government Finance, which will issue a written opinion as to the sufficiency of funds. Vicki Urbanek, Auditor of Porter County, published July 14th, 2022, in the Chesterton Tribune, and that concludes first reading.
Okay. All right. First up, we got the Expo Center, and we've got transfer of $4,000 from 1120 hourly to 22,100 gas, fuel, and lubrication. $6,000 from 11,200 hourly to 23300 housing and household and bedding, and then a $3,000 from 11,200 hourly to 34,200 building liability comp. And then the reason is a transfer needed for remainder of 2022 due to gas supplies and liability insurance increases.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have second discussion? Shouldn't you be at the fair?
I'm done for the day.
Are you really?
I just came flying from there.
How is it going?
It's going very well. I'm very happy the concerts are over. So I am. It was a long wait.
Artie was interesting, huh?
I didn't stick around.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uber was interesting.
Yeah, yeah. That was a free one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it seems like everything's going well there. Well,
You got a motion and a second.
okay. Any other questions? Okay. All right, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay. See you later.
Are you working at night?
If they have a problem. All right. Next we have up is the coroner. We have additionals, $90,000 to $31,200 for consultants. Reason appropriation needed to cover pathologist autopsy fees from October 22nd. October 2022 to January 2023.
Thank you.
Additional $10,000 to consultants for appropriation needed to cover hospital morgue lab fees associated with each autopsy for the remainder of the year. Transfer $800 from 4,400. Furniture fixtures to,
Let's do the first additionals, please.
okay, so you just want to,
I would like to make a motion to table the additionals for this evening.
okay, table the additionals for the coroner.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll second that.
we have a second?
Yeah.
Okay, discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor of tabling?
Well, here's
Tabling what?
here's my reason.
The transfers, or the additionals,
The
sorry, the
additionals
additionals.
only. And the reason is we don't have the full, in my opinion, we do not have the full council here tonight. And I feel these are big ticket items, and I think that the public deserves to have everybody present with this additional. If there's questions that they might like to ask that they're in here, that's why.
Okay.
Is,
Question. Question.
What questions do you have?
Regarding your transfers?
No, regarding the additional
Additionals?
appropriations.
What questions do I have?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
first of all, I have questions about why we are adding another additional $100,000. The consultant, is this the same as your, the same person that you're gonna be spending the money for the 90,000? Is this the same one that's gonna get the 10,000?
No, the 10,000 is for the hospital fees that we have to pay for each
Okay.
autopsy.
For the morgues?
And what happens is, what we were charged in the beginning of 2022 overlapped 2021. So that took out some of the money that we had. So the way the hospital bills us is some of those autopsies were from 2021
Okay.
Okay.
that we
But-
had to pay.
Okay, I think some of the concern though was without the other three members, because you're asking for, what seems to be is there's some confusion about there's a contract signed and now there's more money that is.
It's not a contract, it's an MOU.
Well, but either way, there was, the other three might have some questions, so this shouldn't hurt us if we wait another month, right? For the other three to come back if they have some questions. Right? So,
Well, if I don't have any choice, I guess not.
yeah, because we had a motion, we had a second, so I'm going to honor that. So we'll pull to a vote. All those in favor of, well, should we do a roll call vote on this? Okay.
Either way is fine, probably roll call.
Okay. Madam Auditor, can we do a roll call vote? The motion was to table the additionals until the next meeting when we have the other members present.
Councilmember Brickner.
Yes.
Councilmember Graham.
Yes.
Councilmember Sims.
Yes.
And Councilmember Wagner.
Yes.
4-0.
Okay.
So the motion carries, so we will table the additionals until the next meeting. Okay, now
Okay.
for transfers, $800 from 44,400 furniture fixtures to 36300 equipment other than vehicles. The reason transfer needed for the service and repair of mortuary cots. They were last serviced in 2018.
Yes.
Mortuary cots, okay?
That's what we use to remove bodies from homes.
I will make the motion to approve.
Okay, do we have a second?
Greg, is that on both transfers or just?
Just the one,
Okay.
just the one so far.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Okay. All right, all those in favor of moving the transfer for the cots, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, the next one is transfer $130 from 44400 furniture fixtures to 32200 telephone internet service. The transfer needed to cover cell phone expenses through the end of the year.
Make a motion.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion and a second for that transfer. Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, that should be it.
So, just a comment that I have. So I'm supposed to tell my pathologist just to hold tight
Actually,
and not be able to pay him?
we're not saying you're not gonna be able to pay him. It'll be on the agenda for next month. That's all. It'll be retro paid.
Okay.
He's not going, he will get his money. It's just that it's, in all fairness for the full council to be here for this pretty sizable amount of money. That was my feeling on it.
But that's what I have to pay him for the autopsies.
We're not saying we're not gonna pay him, it's just, we're gonna table it. That's all.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. Next up is Portage Township Assessor.
Hi.
Okay. All right. We have a transfer of $1950 from $39,500 contractual services to 31300, training and education. Reason, transfer needed for Indiana Assessor Association Summer Conference registration fees. Phew, that's a lot. Okay,
I have some questions on this.
okay.
Alta, could you please tell me, how many employees does this cover?
The whole office.
And how many is that?
Six employees.
6.
Yeah, because we need to go there to get our continuing ed credits. For the last couple of years, we've been able to do it online, but the state hasn't produced any classes this year, and we're kind of running out of time. I need to have some that need credits like now.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll make the motion for that first transfer.
okay.
Second.
Okay, all right. And we already had discussion, any other further discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor of moving the transfer, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay. Transfer number 2 is for reassessment, from the reassessment fund, $4,425 from $39,500 contractual services to $32,100 travel. Transfer needed to cover hotel, food, parking, mileage expenses from Indiana Assessor Association Summer Conference in Indianapolis.
Make a motion.
Phew. Okay, you have a motion? We have a second?
I'll second that motion with another question.
Okay.
That's for, what did you say, 6 people to go to
Yes, but that's on the
Indianapolis?
on the high end, because some of us ride together. So, but I don't know if that's gonna happen at the time. So I might ride with another employee, so.
So it may
the
not
parking-
run that high?
Right. I just do it on the high end, just in case we all drive separately.
And you're all covered.
Yeah.
Sylvia, any more questions?
What hotel are you staying at? I want to make sure I don't stay there. You can call the question.
You're good? Okay. No further questions? All right. All those in favor of the transfer, as a motion seconded, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. You're
Good
welcome.
one.
Take care. Have fun at the conference.
Thank you.
All right. Parks and Rec. And we're going to meet a new superintendent.
Welcome.
All right. Do you want to introduce him first, or?
Yes.
This is our new park superintendent, Jake McAvoy. He comes to us.
Again?
Please reach out and meet him. I think you'll find him to be a very interesting, very qualified young man. So we're very happy to have him on board.
Good.
Where'd you come from?
Originally Indiana Dunes State Park. I
Oh.
was there as the assistant manager up there. Previous to that, I was the assistant manager down at Turkey Run and Shade State Park. And previous to that, I spent a couple seasonal years at Obachi State Park.
Okay, but you're more local, just recently up here?
Yeah.
Okay, good, okay. All right. Any, all good? Okay, all right. Well, we've got a
Form 140.
Form 144. It's $59,474 to $68,500 for the park superintendent. We have $41,927 to $50,000 for an assistant superintendent slash office coordinator. And then the reason is no additional needed for 2022. Hired Jake McAvoy as the new park superintendent, and moved interim superintendent Jackie, correct? To assistant superintendent, formerly the office coordinator. The new job description and title change for assistant superintendent. Okay. Do we have a?
Make a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All right, discussion.
Discussion, my comment on this is, I don't think that this is out of line at all to pay for a superintendent and an assistant superintendent of the office here in the building. And we will be coming up with a wage study soon, but for right now, this seems more than adequate. Thank you for coming.
I'm excited to be here.
You can't believe how thankful we are.
It's been almost a year, hasn't it?
14 months.
14 months? Wow. And Jackie is comfortable with her new role?
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, is she in here?
No,
Yeah.
I got half the park board sitting
Oh.
right there.
Okay.
Yes.
The answer is yes. I can
Okay.
say yes, but
Yeah, yeah.
for sometimes to my
Okay.
fellow board members.
All right. All right, well, we have a motion and second. All those in favor of the,
Well, it's a 144, and we always do roll.
Roll call, roll call.
Because
Okay.
we're changing the salary ordinance.
sounds good.
Okay, Councilmember Graham,
Yes.
Councilmember Sims.
Yes.
Councilmember Wagner,
Yes.
and Councilmember Brickner,
Yes.
4-0.
Okay. Thanks a lot for coming. Appreciate it.
Please take time and meet this young man. He is,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good job.
All right.
And a point of clarification, I believe that salary will take effect with Mr. McAvoy's hiring date. Does that change in the salary for the assistant superintendent take effect at the same time?
I would say.
Okay.
Okay. Tourism.
Hi, Lorelei, welcome.
Hey. Okay, we have some additionals here. 1,600 to 12,200 medical life insurance. Reason for appropriation needed to cover the increase to include employer contribution to employee health savings account. And then we have an additional 4,000 to 23,500 building maintenance supplies, appropriation needed due to increase in supply costs. And then we have another additional 2,000 to 35,200 water and sewage, appropriation needed to cover the rising costs and increase at the visitor center.
I'll make a motion.
On all three of them?
All three?
Yes, on all three.
Second.
Second, okay. Any discussion?
How's it going this year out there?
It's going great. We've increased visitation. We continue to increase visitation at the visitor center. And just today, just to give you an idea, right before I went to lunch, I drove through the parking lot just to see who was in our parking lot. And just to give you a perspective of where people are coming from, we had Indiana, of course, Kentucky, Utah, Louisiana, Tennessee, Florida, North Carolina, Maryland, Illinois, New York, Minnesota, Vermont, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Michigan. And that was just when I went out at lunch.
Wow.
That's happening all the time, every day. I can drive in one day, I drove in and there's 3 different vehicles and not together from California. I mean, it's just amazing because of the national park.
I think you just ran off about, what, 8 or 9 states there?
No, it's 12.
12.
That was 12 states, and that was just at lunchtime. And several of them that were coming from, I mean, there were several from New York, several from Minnesota that were not from the same party. So it just gives you an indication what we have sitting in Porter County and the asset that Porter County has.
How are your bikes going?
They're going well. So far, we've done $6,000 worth of business. So you remember, this is our first year to
Yeah.
be in the bike business, so it's a learning curve. We have a penny smasher that has already brought in $2,000, so
Just from well, how much does it cost to smash a penny, like a quarter?
50 cents.
50 cents?
50 cents. I mean, so it just gives you an idea. We got this penny smasher in September, and we're halfway through the year, and we're over, which is actually over $2,000. So it just gives you an indication of what's going on at the visitor center. And then, if you guys remember last week, we just kicked off, we had a huge ceremony with both the Miami Tribe of Oklahoma and the Pokagon Band of the Potawatomi Tribe. We will be flying both of their flags at the visitor center, and that's a huge deal to get that permission. And we did a land acknowledgement with the national park and the 2 tribes. So that all took place last week for the Indigenous Cultural Trail that will take place at the visitor center and the land surrounding the visitor center, which is national park property. So there is a lot that's happening at the visitor center.
So will those flags be more of a permanent fixture? Is it just temporary for now?
Well, so we have to get the flagpoles, and each flagpole is $25,000. So, yeah, per flagpole. So once those flagpoles get purchased and put in, they will fly permanently outside.
That's amazing.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Solve the cause.
Did you vote on it?
She said, nope.
Your magnetism must be setting it, yeah. No, that's cool, it's a lot of awesome stuff there.
Yeah.
And I know I was there last week, and there was a lot of people walking around, so it's encouraging to see all that energy coming back, and people coming back, and traveling coming back, so.
Yeah.
And the hotels and all that stuff, their numbers are increasing and everything too, the occupancies.
Absolutely. We do need, any developers out there, we need unique lodging.
Unique lodging?
Unique lodging. So my buddy to the east of me is getting more of the hotel traffic because of the unique lodging and the Airbnbs and the, the vacation homes and the condos on the water. So if you want to do an investment, I would invest in unique lodging.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
Luann.
sounds good. All right, well, thanks for coming by, we appreciate it. All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Do we vote?
Wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness, we got into a conversation, I didn't vote. They're never gonna give me the gavel again. Okay, we had a motion and a second on on both transfers. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
These
Do we
are
have to roll call?
additions.
Third addition.
Yes, so we need a roll call.
I'm never gonna get this again, there's no doubt.
Councilmember Sims,
Yes,
Councilmember Wagner,
Yes.
Councilmember Brickner,
Yes.
and Councilmember Graham.
Yes.
4-0.
Great, thank you, guys.
okay, thanks, Lorelei. All right, Highway Department. Okay. Huh?
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's it going, Jim?
Good.
All right, we've got additionals, 200,000 to 22,100 for fuel. Appropriation need to cover rising cost of fuel prices. We've got another additional 12,000 to 24400 for road signs. The appropriation is needed to purchase materials to mark railroad crossings. They'll receive state grant upon completion. And then another transfer for 80,000 from 22,610 salt to 36,500 vehicle repair, 10,000 from 22,610 salt to 23,100 tires and tubes, etc. And then the reason is transfer needed due to increased costs, and that is that. Okay, so do we have
I'll make a motion to approve.
both additionals? And the additionals and transfers, or do you want
Yes.
to
No, all
separate?
three.
All three? Okay. We have a second?
Jim, are these additionals going to get you through the end of the year?
Yes,
Okay.
unless fuel prices go higher, but
I think
They're going down.
yeah. No, we estimated it was gonna cost us about 160,000, so we put a little extra there, but obviously we don't use it, it goes right back to where it came from.
As best as you can guess, probably the end of the year. Okay, good. I second.
Second? Okay.
And our salt domes are full, so we got plenty of salt to get us through the first of the year.
I hope you don't have to use it.
Me too.
Absolutely. Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Madam Auditor, roll call again?
Councilmember Wagner,
Yes.
Councilmember Brickner,
Yes.
Councilmember Graham,
Yes.
and Councilmember Sims.
Yes.
4-0.
All right, thanks,
you.
Jim.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
You too. All right. Health Department. I'm correct on this, right? Health Department.
Before we go through reading and everything, I would like to, well, go ahead and read.
Okay.
But
All right. They're asking for an additional 50,000 to 11100 for salaries, 3,900 to 12100 FICA, 5,600 to 12,300 perf, and then the reason is supplemental pay for health department staff for COVID-19 pandemic. And then we've got a Form 144 supplement pay. The reason is supplemental pay for health department staff for COVID-19 pandemic.
if, I would like to recommend we table this, so we have the full council ahead of us because of the amount of money that's involved.
Okay, so your motion is to table this
Table it
till the
till
next
next month.
meeting, next month.
Right.
Okay,
Second it.
we have a second. Okay. Do we need a roll call on this, Madam Auditor?
Well, you did on the coroner.
The other one, so let's do a,
Okay. Councilmember Brickner,
Yes.
Councilmember Graham,
Yes.
Councilmember Sims.
Yes.
And Councilmember Wagner.
Yes.
4-0 to table.
Okay, so we'll address this again next month. Sorry. Yeah.
Hang in there.
But hopefully you heard the other one and you kind of
We'll
anticipated.
be here next month.
Okay, all right, sounds good. We'll see you next month. Okay. All right. Auditor,
Okay.
Vicki Urbanik. Okay, requesting a transfer of $1,830 from 11100 salaries to 11,200 hourly. Transfer needed for hourly compensation to prepare meeting minutes for ARPA steering committee and subcommittees. And then we've got another transfer of $800 from 11,200 hourly to 44400 furniture/fixtures over $100, and the reason to replace old and torn office chairs for auditor's office.
Yes.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. No discussion?
Just briefly to explain it, the first transfer, when you appropriated the salary amount for the premium pay, the appropriation ended up higher than what we needed, so we have some left over in that appropriation. So I'm just suggesting transferring it over to hourly so that we could pay the individual who prepared all of the meeting minutes for the numerous subcommittee and steering committee meetings that we just concluded. And then the second one is coming out of the ineligible homestead fund, also known as the auditor non-reverting fund. And this is to cover the additional costs for the new chairs that we are receiving because most of our office chairs were quite frankly falling apart.
Makes sense? Okay. All right. Any other?
You got a motion?
Okay, all right. So we can, well, do we roll call this one too?
You don't have to
No, it's this one?
necessarily, yeah.
Okay, all right. All those in favor of the transfers, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. All right, Madam Auditor, we have second reading.
Yes. Okay. Whereas it has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was appropriated in the annual budget, therefore be it resolved by the Porter County Council of Porter County, Indiana, that for the expenses of the taxing unit, the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the funds named, and for the purposes specified, subject to the laws governing the same. Local roads and streets, 1169, a total of $212,000. And Indiana Dunes Tourism, a total of $7,600. And that concludes second reading.
Okay. All right.
Motion to approve second reading.
Second.
Second? Okay, we have a motion and a second to the approval of the second reading. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. All right. That concludes our stuff. Is there any, we can open it up to public comments. Is there anyone that would like to say anything about what was said or what was brought up in tonight's meeting?
Any comment?
No?
I would like to say, not publicly, publicly, I will say that I'm very sorry. I felt as if there were some things on the agenda that needed the attention of the full council. And that's why I made the recommendation to table some of the, and I'm sorry, but with only 4 of us here, I didn't feel it was fair.
You're the elder statesman. I mean, you've experienced more of these than anybody else, so absolutely appropriate. Yeah. Okay. Nothing else? Oh, Madam Auditor?
Just give a reminder that at the August meeting, you are required by state statute to do your annual review of estimated tax cap losses and maximum levies. And that is what I tend to view as kicking off the budget season. So we will, as we've done before, we will have the report where we summarize all of the important state information rather than make you go through the state report. We'll summarize it for you. And by that time, we should have a pretty good idea about the levy increases that would affect the levy-controlled funds like the general fund, the health department fund, CCD, Cume Bridge, and reassessment. And I think that's it, yes. So that's.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the ones that you tabled tonight are all levy-controlled funds, so.
And you just got through attending a NACO.
Yes.
Is there anything
Yes.
you'd like to say about that?
Yes, this year, we became a member of the National Association of Counties. It's my understanding that Porter County was a member years ago, and then we no longer were members, and so I went to the conference this year. The conference dues itself was waived because we're new members, and it was a very informative session. Lots of good information. There was lots of discussion about the American Rescue Plan Act, lots of discussion about how counties are using their ARPA dollars. Other discussion topics included the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the opioid settlement, which you'll probably be hearing a lot about coming up, a very neat program, one that I'm very excited about, called Operation Greenlight, which is a NACO-sponsored program that's going to pay recognition to our veterans and the challenges that they face in accessing benefits. And there's probably a lot more than I can talk about, but I wasn't prepared to talk about. It was a very, very good session. And one of the interesting things that delegates from all of the states, and Indiana had a contingent of people going there, we got to vote on national policy resolutions and platform changes, and this will guide NACO as they lobby Congress in the coming year. And I'm very thrilled that two proposals that I submitted were both approved.
Thank you. Vicki, you represent Porter County very well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything else?
Motion to dismiss.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, meeting adjourned.